If you're over 55 and your knees hurt every time you stand up, climb stairs, or even walk to the kitchen, you're not alone. Millions of people experience knee discomfort, and many assume it's just an unavoidable part of getting older. But what if I told you that 5 simple exercises might help reduce that pain significantly? No surgery required, no expensive treatments, just about 10 minutes a day of gentle movement. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you walked without thinking about your knees? When did you last climb a flight of stairs without gripping the railing? For many people over 55, knee pain isn't just uncomfortable. It limits freedom. It can keep you from enjoying time with grandchildren, traveling to places you've always wanted to see, or even completing simple tasks around the house. But here's something important to understand. While some knee pain does come from joint damage or arthritis, much of the discomfort people experience is actually related to weakness in the muscles surrounding the knee joint. Think of your knees like the hinges on a heavy door. If the frame around that door is weak, the hinges bear all the stress and wear out faster. Your knees work the same way. When the muscles around your knee joint, particularly your quadriceps and hamstrings, aren't strong enough to support your movement, your knee joint absorbs more impact than it should. That can lead to pain, stiffness, and instability. But when you strengthen those supporting muscles, you give your knees the reinforcement they need, and many times the pain decreases. Now, before we explore these 5 exercises, I want to be very clear about something. These movements are designed to be gentle and accessible for most people dealing with knee discomfort. However, everyone's situation is different. If you have severe knee pain, a recent injury, or you've been diagnosed with a specific knee condition, please talk with your doctor or physical therapist before trying these exercises. They can help you determine what's safe and appropriate for your unique situation. Also, if any exercise causes sharp pain, stop immediately. Mild muscle fatigue is normal when you're strengthening, but sharp joint pain is your body's way of saying something isn't right. With that said, let's talk about exercise number 1. It's called the seated knee extension, and it targets your quadriceps, which is the large muscle group running along the front of your thigh. Strong quadriceps help stabilize your knee and reduce the stress on your joint when you walk or stand. Here's how to do it safely. Sit in a sturdy chair with your back supported and your feet flat on the floor. Slowly straighten one leg, lifting your foot until your leg is roughly parallel to the ground, or as close as you can comfortably get. Hold that position for about 3 seconds. You should feel your thigh muscle working. Then lower your foot back down slowly and with control. Try to do 8 to 10 repetitions on each leg. If that feels manageable and you'd like to progress over time, you can eventually add a very light ankle weight, but start without any weight at all. The most important thing is smooth, controlled movement. Never jerk or swing your leg. Exercise number 2 is the heel slide. This one helps maintain or improve your knee's range of motion while gently engaging your hamstrings, the muscles at the back of your thigh. To do this exercise, lie flat on your back on a comfortable surface like a yoga mat, carpet, or even your bed. Keep one leg straight and slowly bend the other knee, sliding your heel along the surface toward your body. Move only as far as feels comfortable. Don't force it. Hold for a second or 2. Then slide your heel back to the starting position. Do this 8 to 10 times on each leg. Over time, you may notice your knee bending a bit more easily with less stiffness. This exercise can be particularly helpful if your knees feel tight or locked, especially first thing in the morning. Now let's move to exercise number 3, the straight leg raise. This movement builds strength in your hip flexors and quadriceps without requiring you to bend your knee at all, which makes it ideal if bending causes discomfort. Lie on your back with one knee bent and that foot flat on the floor. Keep your other leg completely straight. Tighten the thigh muscle of your straight leg, and then lift that leg about 6 inches off the ground. Hold it steady for 3 to 5 seconds. You should feel your thigh muscles engaging. Then lower your leg slowly back down. Do 8 to 10 repetitions, then switch to the other leg. This exercise is deceptively simple, but very effective for building the strength that supports knee stability. Exercise number 4 is the wall squat, And I know some of you might be skeptical. Squats with bad knees? Here's the difference. Wall squats are controlled, well supported, and much gentler than regular squats. Stand with your back flat against a wall and your feet about shoulder width apart, positioned roughly 1 to 2 feet away from the wall. Slowly slide your back down the wall, bending your knees to about a 30 to 45 degree angle. You definitely don't need to go down to a full 90-degree squat. Even a shallow bend is beneficial. Hold this position for 10 to 15 seconds if you can, then slide back up. Start with just 3 to 5 repetitions. The wall provides support and helps you maintain proper alignment, which protects your knees throughout the movement. As you get stronger over weeks or months, you can hold the position a bit longer or bend slightly deeper, but only if it remains comfortable. And now we're at exercise number 5, the calf raise. You might be wondering why calf strength matters for knee pain. Here's why. Strong calf muscles improve your overall balance and help absorb impact when you walk or climb stairs, which takes stress off your knees. Stand behind a sturdy chair or counter and lightly hold it for balance. Rise up onto your toes as high as you comfortably can. Hold for 1 to 2 seconds, then lower back down slowly. Try for 10 to 15 repetitions. If this becomes easy after a few weeks, you can progress to doing it on one leg at a time, but only when you feel stable and ready. Now, here's something crucial to understand about all 5 of these exercises. Consistency matters far more than intensity. You don't need to exhaust yourself. You don't need to push through pain. In fact, you shouldn't. The goal is to do these movements regularly, ideally most days of the week for about 10 minutes total. Some people notice improvement within a few weeks, while others may take longer. Everyone's body responds differently, and that's completely normal. The key is patience and persistence. Let me share a few safety tips to help you get the most benefit. First, always do a brief warm-up before you start. March in place for a minute or two, or do some gentle leg swings. This increases blood flow to your muscles and prepares your joints. Second, focus on quality over speed. Slow, controlled movements are safer and more effective than rushing through repetitions. Third, listen carefully to your body. Muscle fatigue is okay. Sharp pain in your knee joint is not. If something doesn't feel right, reduce the range of motion, try fewer repetitions, or skip that particular exercise and check with a healthcare professional. Here's something many people don't realize. Managing knee pain after 55 isn't only about exercise. Your overall lifestyle plays a significant role too. Let's talk about body weight for a moment. Research shows that every extra pound of body weight can add about 3 to 4 pounds of additional pressure on your knees when you walk. That means even modest weight loss, if appropriate for you, can meaningfully reduce knee stress. You don't need a drastic diet. Simple changes like staying well hydrated, eating more vegetables and whole foods, and reducing processed snacks can make a real difference over time. Speaking of hydration, here's an interesting fact. The cartilage in your knee joints, which acts as a cushion, is composed largely of water. When you're dehydrated, that cartilage can become less effective at absorbing shock. Try to drink enough water throughout the day. Most people do well with about 8 glasses, though individual needs vary. You might also consider adding foods with natural anti-inflammatory properties to your meals. Options like fatty fish, walnuts, berries, leafy greens, and turmeric contain compounds that may help reduce inflammation in your body. On the other hand, it can help to limit foods known to promote inflammation, such as excess sugar, fried foods, and highly refined carbohydrates. Sleep is another often overlooked factor in managing pain. While you sleep, your body works to repair tissues and reduce inflammation. If you're regularly getting only 5 or 6 hours of sleep, your body may not have enough time to recover properly. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality rest. Create a sleep-friendly environment by keeping your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet, and try to avoid bright screens for at least an hour before bed. Let's also talk about your shoes. The footwear you choose affects your knees more than you might think. Worn-out shoes with poor support can alter your walking pattern and increase stress on your knee joints. It's worth investing in a good pair of shoes with proper arch support and cushioning. If you walk regularly, consider replacing them every 6 to 12 months. Your feet, ankles, knees, and hips are all connected in a chain of movement. Supporting your feet properly helps protect your knees. One last thing, don't forget the importance of rest. Yes, consistency is valuable, but so is recovery. If your knees feel especially sore on a particular day, it's perfectly fine to take a break or do some very gentle stretching instead of your full routine. The goal here is sustainable, long-term progress, not short-term overexertion that leads to setbacks. Let me leave you with this thought. You've lived more than 55 years. You've gained wisdom, resilience, and experience that younger generations are still working toward. Your knees might be challenging you right now, but that doesn't mean your active life has to end. These 5 exercises offer you a practical path toward potentially reducing pain and rebuilding strength. They give you a chance to walk with more confidence, enjoy activities with your loved ones, and maintain the independence that matters so much to you. Results vary from person to person, and improvement takes time. Some people notice changes in a few weeks, others need a few months. But if you start today and stay consistent, there's a good chance you'll see progress. Do 1 round of all 5 exercises today. Do it again tomorrow. Keep track of how you feel. Notice the small improvements. Celebrate them. And remember, if your pain persists or worsens, or if you have any concerns, don't hesitate to reach out to a healthcare professional. They can provide personalized guidance based on your specific needs. Your knees are more resilient than you might think. With the right support, proper strengthening, and a little patience, many people find they can move more comfortably than they have in years. Now you have the knowledge and the tools. The next step is yours to take. Start today. Your future self will thank you. This information is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult with a qualified healthcare provider before beginning any new exercise program, especially if you have existing health conditions, recent injuries, or severe pain. Individual results may vary. Stop any exercise that causes sharp pain and seek professional guidance.